Welcome to the deep dive. Ever looked at someone really successful and just thought, what's their secret? What's that magic ingredient? Well, what if it wasn't magic? What if it was like a set of principles you could actually understand and use? Today, we're doing a deep dive into two really powerful ones, desire and faith. And we're drawing on some incredible stuff, decades of insights from Bob Proctor, Sandy Gallagher, his son too, all based on 57 years studying in Napoleon Hill's huge book, Think and Grow Rich. Our mission for you today, unpack the core ideas, the stories, the actual steps. How do you turn what you want into something real? It's about unlocking your potential. Okay, let's get into this because, well, before we even talk about desire and faith specifically, we need to talk about the legacy here, the proof. This isn't just theory, is it?
No, not at all. And what's really fascinating is the dedication, the transformation. You've got Bob
Yes.
Proctor, right? Even at 84, just driven by this passion to help people get the power inside them. His own journey started way back, October 1961, the same month his son was born, believe it or not. He picks up Think and Grow Rich. And this is a guy earning, what, $4,000 a year and owning $6,000? He goes from that to building this huge international company, making millions. He lived this stuff for 57 years.
And here's what really grabs me. He wasn't some academic whiz kid, right? He got kicked out of high school after 2 months. It was his mentor, Raymond Douglas Stanford, who just said, straight up, Bob, your way isn't working. Try mine. That takes guts to say, and maybe even more guts to hear and accept.
It really does. It speaks to being open, maybe a bit desperate, ready for something new.
Mhm.
And Stanford didn't just give advice, he gave him Hill's system, which, leads us right into the story of Think and Grow Rich itself, which is just as amazing, really. It starts back in 1908. Andrew Carnegie, richest man in the world then. Basically, he finds this young reporter, Napoleon Hill.
Carnegie commissions a young reporter. Wow, okay, what was the job? Sounds like a big deal.
Oh, it was monumental.
Yeah.
Carnegie wanted Hill to figure out the laws of success, study 500 of the most successful people on Earth. And get this, he figured it would take about 20 years. And here's the kicker. No pay, zero financial compensation.
Wait, 20 years with no pay? For a young reporter, that's almost unbelievable. How did Hill even respond? I mean, who says yes to that?
Well, after a 3-day interview, soaking it all in, Carnegie gave him just 60 seconds. 60 seconds to decide. And Hill, he said yes in 25 seconds, just like that. Then Carnegie gave him this affirmation to repeat every day. Andrew Carnegie, I'm not only going to equal your achievements in life, I'm going to meet you at the post and pass you at the grandstand. Hill said later he felt like ridiculous saying it at first. A darn fool. But he did it morning and night and started to believe it. And, well, he didn't just equal Carnegie. Carnegie made about 50 millionaires. Hill's work, it's made millions of them. He blew past him.
So, okay, this incredible story. What does it mean for you listening? It means this stuff isn't just, nice ideas. Hill said there's a secret in the book. Find it, and you can have anything you seriously want. And Bob Proctor, he never just tells people what he thinks the secret is. Because looking for it, finding it for yourself, that's the key. That unlocks it. The core idea here is you've already got it all inside. Your spiritual DNA is perfect, which kind of flies in the face of thinking we need fixing, right?
Exactly. Perfect spiritual DNA means you're not lacking. You're not broken. It's like Marie Montessori said, we aren't empty cups to fill up. Our cups are already full. Education should just draw it out. That's a huge shift.
Yeah.
Think about it. You as a human, you're the only creature totally disoriented in your environment. Why? Because you can create your own environment. Most people just react. This says you can't create.
That's a powerful idea, really empowering, and it sets us up perfectly for the first principle. Desire, okay, lots of people want things, but what's true desire? How do we build it so it actually, works? What's the real difference?
Well, desire, at its core, it's emotional involvement with your want. It's not just wishing. It's defined as definiteness of purpose, knowing exactly what you want and having a burning desire for it. Think of it like yeast in dough. It's the fuel, the absolute essential ingredient. And the great news is you can absolutely build it. You can amplify it if you understand how your mind works.
Right. It sounds simple, but the how is often where people get, stuck. So what are the actual mechanics in our mind? How do we cultivate that level of desire?
Okay, it really comes down to the conscious and the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Dr. Thurman Fleet had this great stick person diagram, not literal, but super useful. So the conscious mind, that's where you think, where you hold your wants, your goals. It can accept ideas, reject them. Crucially, it only thinks in the present tense. So to build desire, you need a crystal clear picture, detailed, and now I am this, not I will be this. Then there's the subconscious mind. That's what the real power is. It's totally deductive. And they call it immoral.
Immoral, what does that mean exactly? Does it mean it's bad?
No, no, not bad or evil. Immoral just means it doesn't judge. It doesn't have that filter your conscious mind has. It just accepts whatever you impress upon it. Good, bad, helpful, harmful. Doesn't matter. It's like rich soil, right? Plant corn, you get corn. Plant nightshade, you get nightshade. It just grows what you plant.
Okay, that makes sense. It just accepts. So if it's like soil, what's usually already planted there before we even start trying to plant our new desires?
Ah, that's the paradigm. Your subconscious is already programmed. From birth, yes, through environment, language, culture, what people told you, but maybe even earlier, through genetics. This programming, this paradigm, it's strong. And it will fight new ideas that don't fit. It'll whisper logical, practical reasons why your big new idea is silly, why it won't work. And often, your friends, your family, they might even echo those same doubts, trying to keep you safe, keep you where you are.
Okay, that paradigm sounds like a major roadblock. So if we've got this deep programming fighting us, how do we actually override it? How do we build that burning desire strong enough to push past it?
Repetition and emotion. That's the key. You take the idea from your conscious mind and you impress it, you deposit it into your subconscious, by mentally living it. Acting as if it's already real, like those method actors. George C. Scott becoming Patton, Peter O'Toole becoming Lawrence of Arabia. They didn't just act, they lived the part. You have to live your desired future now.
So it's not just like picturing it for 5 minutes, it's really feeling it all the time, deep down.
Precisely. The feeling, the emotion, that's the glue. And repetition, that's the first law of learning. You got to see it, feel it, repeat it again and again. Like Bob Proctor said, read it 10,000 times until it's just part of you. And you have to expect to hit what he called the terror barrier.
The terror barrier. Okay, that sounds intense. What does that actually feel like? And what can you do, like practically, when you hit it, besides just don't give up?
Oh, it feels real. It's that wave of fear, of doubt, massive anxiety. Everything in you screams, go back. This is too scary, too different. Your mind dredges up every past failure, practically. When you feel it, you have to consciously grab the wheel, acknowledge the fear, okay, but immediately pivot back to your desire. See that picture again, vividly. Say your affirmation out loud with feeling. And then take one small action, just one step, something, anything that moves you towards the goal. Even if you're terrified, action cuts through the fear.
Right, take action. And how does doing all this, the repetition, the feeling, pushing through fear, how does that actually attract things? What's the connection?
It connects through the law of vibration. Simple physics, really. Everything's energy. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. Your thoughts, they're energy too. They vibrate. Whatever you desire, the money, the relationship, the health, it already exists.
Yeah.
It's just vibrating on a certain frequency. Your job is to get yourself onto that frequency. How? Make a committed decision. Decide you will have it, even if you don't see how yet. That decision flips your brain, tunes you into that frequency. Then your intuition, your sixth sense, it starts picking up signals from the universe.
Yeah.
Ideas, people, opportunities start showing up. Like tuning a radio. The station's always broadcast. You just have to tune in. Your thoughts and feelings are the dial.
So the only real question is, do I want it? Not, do I know how to get it? That's huge. Because we're always taught to figure out the how first, aren't we?
Exactly. We're conditioned that way.
Yeah.
Need the whole plan laid out. But this flips it. The how shows up after you commit, after you tune in. Remember President Kennedy asking Wernher von Braun about getting to the moon? What would it take? Von Braun's answer was just 5 words. The will to do it. That will, that focused concentration, that keeps you on the right frequency. That's why setting a goal like getting out of debt is, well, kind of backward. You're focusing on debt, on lack. Instead, focus on the opposite. Prosperity. Use an affirmation like, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Feel that. Vibrate there.
And you see this all through history, don't you? Lincoln's desire for freedom, Marconi dreaming of sending signals through the air, Helen Keller, Beethoven, people facing huge obstacles but holding on to that burning desire, that inner vision.
That's exactly right. Desire is the cause. It's the idea planted firmly, emotionally in your subconscious. That dictates your vibration. That dictates what you attract. Like Carnegie said, any idea that is held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available.
Okay, so for you listening, grab that notebook again, or your phone, write desire big, then finish this sentence. I am going to use this principle of desire in the following way. Just write what comes up. Trust your gut. Writing it down makes it more real. So we've built the desire, we're pushing through the fear, tuning our vibration. But what about when things inevitably go wrong? When obstacles pop up, how do we keep going? Is that where faith really steps in?
Absolutely. Faith is the bridge. It builds right on that desire. It's the conviction you need when things get tough. Our working definition from Clarence Smithson is brilliant. Faith is the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible, and that will permit you to receive what the masses call impossible. It's way more than just, blind faith. Remember that story of the tightrope walker over Niagara Falls?
Oh, yeah, the Flying Melindas.
Right. Everyone on the shore shouts, yeah, you can do it. But then the walker says, okay, who's getting in the wheelbarrow? Suddenly, silence. That's the difference. Believing it's possible versus having the faith to get in the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting in the wheelbarrow. So, okay, what is that real faith then? Especially when you're scared or things look bleak.
It comes from really knowing who you are. Remember, you're a spiritual being in a physical body, not the other way around. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. You're connected to everything, to infinite potential. Your intellect, your conscious mind, that's the tool you use to choose thoughts, to impress ideas onto your subconscious, your emotional mind. True faith it's a knowing, a deep, settled conviction that what you desire is already yours on the spiritual plane, even if you can't see it physically yet.
Okay, I get the spiritual DNA part, but how does that spiritual understanding actually affect my physical bank account or my health or my relationships? It feels like a leap.
Well, it's not such a leap when you remember everything is energy, just vibrating differently. Think about sand, different pressure, different heat, it becomes glass. Same stuff, different form. Water becomes steam, becomes invisible gas, becomes ether. All the same substance, just vibrating faster or slower. That ether, that highest vibration, the non-physical, that's where pure potential is. And it always moves into form, always. Everything you want is already connected to you by vibration. You just need to harmonize with it. The invisible is constantly becoming visible.
So it's really about seeing what isn't there yet and
Yeah.
believing it into existence, understanding this energy flow.
Precisely. And it means working upside down and inside out. Most people work right side up and outside in. They look at their results, the bank balance, the scale, the empty inbox. Those results dictate their thinking. That thinking creates negative feelings, and they get more of the same. Outside circumstances control the inside. But if you work upside down, start with your thoughts, use your imagination to build the picture you want, and inside out, impress that picture with feeling onto your subconscious, then you're creating. Your inner world starts shaping your outer world.
That upside down and inside out idea is really clear. Can you walk us through maybe a concrete example? Like, how would someone do that day to day?
Sure. Okay, say you want a fantastic new job. The outside-in approach is looking at job boards, feeling discouraged by rejections, focusing on lack. Upside down means you start inside. You vividly imagine having that job. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? How does it feel to be successful, valued, fulfilled in that role? Really get into the feeling of it, the joy, the confidence. That's the inside-out part. You hold that thought, that feeling. You impress it onto your subconscious. Then that subconscious, which is connected to everything, starts guiding you. You might suddenly think to call someone, or see an article, or get an idea for a project that leads you there. The actions flow from the internal state. It's a loop. Thought, feeling, action, driven from within.
And when things happen that seem amazing, out of the blue, miracles. Is this what's going on?
That's a great way to put it. Miracles are just the known effect of unknown causes. Things happen, but we don't yet grasp the natural law behind them. Think about it, flying in a plane would have been a miracle centuries ago. Now we understand aerodynamics. It's just law. The miracles we see are often just us tapping into laws we're still learning to use consciously.
It really brings to mind that Robert Heinlein quote, about goals.
Oh yeah, fantastic quote. In absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately we become enslaved by it.
That's it, isn't it? That's the trap most people fall into, often because they were raised by people without clear goals themselves. They just get caught in the trivia, reacting.
But faith can break that cycle, like Gandhi, an incredible example. Absolutely, Gandhi. Physically, maybe not imposing, but his mind, phenomenal. He united 200 million people through faith. One mind focused on one idea, changed the world. It shows it's not about your current circumstances. It's about the size of your faith, your conviction. So set big goals. Know you'll reach them. A mind filled with positive emotions. That's where faith thrives. And faith is the only way to tap into that infinite intelligence.
Okay, one more time for you listening. Notebook out. Write F in capitals and finish this. I'm going to use this principle of faith in the following way. Just capture what comes to mind right now. Commit to it. Wow, okay. What a deep dive that was. Desire and faith. These aren't just fluffy ideas, are they? They're solid principles. You see them lived out by Hill, Carnegie, Proctor, giants. It's the real foundation.
Absolutely. And the core message from all these insights, it's actually Pretty simple, but profound.
Hmm.
Your potential, it's infinite. And the way to achieve what you desire, it's already here, inside you. It just needs your decision, your emotional commitment, your unwavering faith. It really is about changing your inner world first, your vibration.
Yeah.
Then the outer world has to follow.
So here's something to really think about to carry with you. What would you truly go after? What huge goals would you set? If you knew, deep down, absolutely knew that your spiritual DNA was perfect, that your subconscious was just waiting for your instructions, and the only thing required was for you to want it with total faith. Just imagine that.
Yeah, imagine. We really hope this deep dive gets you fired up to use these principles, to build that burning desire and really step into the incredible power of your own faith.
Keep digging, keep dreaming, and keep making waves. Until next time.